And the spells you play are, I mean, they're minimal, but they're all just insanely good cards. Like, here's Pot of Desires, here's One for One, and here's a big list of all the cards that when I play them put me in a huge advantage.
Yeah.
So what do you think? So is Poe going to go first or second in this final game?
I mean,
He for sure wants to go first. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a trap deck, so he really can't afford to go second against him.
So it appears that time has run out, actually, in the match.
Oh, no.
That grind game was so long that they have hit the time limit, and because they hit the time limit in between games,
it's a draw.
It's a draw.
Yeah. They were both 3-0 at this point?
I believe they were 3-0.
Well, 3-0-1 is
that's
a very fortunate record to have. That actually just, if they win the next one, it locks them in.
Pretty much.
Well, if they if they lose the next one, it locks them in, right? 3-1-1 should be just enough.
Yeah.
So
2 draws is definitely good.
On breakers, I guess, there might be a 3-1. If there's enough 3-1-1s, they could get pushed out, but it doesn't seem likely.
It's unlikely.
So yeah, that's the thing, though, with Altergeist, is that sometimes you just can't get enough wins. You get draws just by the nature of the deck taking a while.
It is the same issue as Sky Striker, where you can't really finish the game that fast.
Yeah. Yes, that's why I like that Juraghetto tech, because he was trying to do something, aggressive.
To fix that problem.
But I think what he should have been doing is putting in the Trickstar cards like Pojang did.
Yeah,
in this round.
True.
It really impressed me with how well the deck still worked, even without that much access to light stage, like dropping down from 9 to 7 copies essentially of light stage.
Yeah. Yeah, this list was definitely very different than the one I was looking at initially. I really also still like Ray, though. Like just one copy of Ray. I also... I might have been biased, though, because I'd been playing a lot with Hayate before. So, I always just wanted one Ray, because you can always just send it off Hayate, and then all your Sky Striker and Link monsters get better. But also, you decrease the amount of normal summons you have because of the terraformings, but he supplements it with Phantom Sky Blaster.
Yes.
Like, that card's just huge. It's so powerful.
It's real good. It's kind of a shame that it got discarded instead of played.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see him just go nuts with that thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, you just need it with drones, right? Like, that's the bread and butter with it. And I thought that card would be substantially worse because you have 2 less drones.
Yes.
Right? And, the card's great, but it's really only good with drones. There's no other real... It maybe is a turn 2 card.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you could do something like Scapegoat and do half your combo and then play Phantom Sky Blaster to get more tokens for the rest of your
Scapegoat is usually
combo.
just enough. They're like, Scapegoat into Saryuja or whatever, and then a Candina is usually enough. You don't need a Sky Blaster there.
There's only one way to make sure. You just got to play it.
So I think we're going to be moving on to the top 8 of the Dragon Duel.
So I believe we've got something across our desk, rather. So the top 8 for Dragon Duel has been decided, rather, who the top 8 duelists are.
It's here somewhere.
I think it's here somewhere.
Don't believe. Maybe. No, I don't know.
We had a bracket for it, but we do know who's going to be playing in our feature match once that gets started.
Yeah.
That has come through, and it is Kyungmin Kim from Korea and Diego Romero from Peru. And we got some more Altergeist action coming up in a moment, it appears, in addition to some Goki.
Yeah.
So one of the things with Altergeist is that the whole point is really good against Goki. It's got a good Goki matchup.
Yeah.
So we'll see if it can actually do as advertised.
Yeah.
Do you know what the win rates for that were like?
I'll have to take a look.
All right. Well,
because the Dragon Duel is obviously separate, so I need to check the Dragon Duel separately.
Okay. Well, it does look like they're getting ready to start over in the other room.
Yeah. I think the rest of the Dragon Duel top 8 actually consisted of, it was 3 of the Japanese Dragon Duelists, in addition to Charlie Futch and James English. And I can't remember who the 8th one was next to Diego and Kyungmin.
All right, well, we'll have to check that out for you once we find our bracket. I know I saw it come across the desk, but where it wound up, I don't know.
I think Billy stole it.
He might have. I saw him peeking out from behind the curtain.
He must have heard you. Must have heard you. Oh, he's found out. He's found out.
Yes, I hear the mischievous giggle.
Yep. That's what it is.
All right, so Diego Romero's up. Kim started with one face-down card. Kim is the Altergeist duelist here. Romero's on Goki. He starts with Speedroid Terror Top.
It's a good one. We've seen it hold down formats.
Yeah, and he even gets to search for Teketenborg.
Yeah. And he went second, so this is now up to 7 cards, right?
Mm-hmm. Good stuff so far. Remember, this is the quarterfinal match. we'll also have a... So the next time you see us after this match will be the quarterfinal match of the All Ages bracket.
Yeah. We'll be skipping the 5th round, the main event.
Ah, Neospatian Aquadolphin.
I can't do the noise. If Oliver was here, he'd do it, I'm sure.
I saw him back there, but I think he's going to rest his pipes a little bit. Doesn't need to make the Sonic Storm.
Sonic Sonar.
Sonic Sonar.
I have heard him do it. He did it this morning to get us all pumped up, ready for the day. It was pretty epic.
It was epic, but I lost all my hand traps, so I don't know how I feel.
So he discards another copy of it and is met with infinite impermanence.
Oh, man.
Which then brings the multi-faker down.
And that infinite impermanence was played from the field, right? So now the middle zone is locked down?
Yes. That's something that Romero has to think about. So if he gets to a point in his combo where he needs to play Goki rematch and he puts it in the wrong place,
yeah,
everything can just go down the drain. I don't think I've actually seen anybody
Neither have I.
get caught by that.
Yeah, I have not seen it yet either.
But he's got the rematch there.
He'll probably get to rematch at some point during the combo, right?
Yes.
Oh, I guess he used his normal summon here, so...
Yes, he did.
I think that he should be Tegaton Borging and then using the 2 Terratops for Invoker. So that way if the Invoker gets negated, he still has 2 Warriors for Isolt, right?
Yeah, that sounds right. If it gets bounced, though, by a Silver,
oh, yeah, it's
he
still
won't.
just as bad, yep.
Yeah, I don't think any of his monsters are big enough to actually fight either of those Altergeists.
Yeah.
So MX Saber Invoker hits the field, and Kim has a decision to make on whether or not he bounces that right now.
Seems good.
And he does. In response to its effect?
No. I think he did it on the summon.
And Romero saying, no, he didn't. And I don't think there was any communication between the players here.
Yeah, I think that Romero just sped through that a little bit.
I agree.
Because Kim's hand was out like, wait up, yeah.
Stop. Just from looking at it, like, I don't think he's going to get his Invoker effect, but I don't know what's being said at the table.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Diego is saying that his opponent chained to the Invoker. He didn't use it after the Exceed, but before it, he'd used the effect. Well, no, before the game state was open, not before he used the effect. And then, yeah, essentially, Kim is saying, well, no, I did. So we'll have to see how this is explained here. Potentially, gonna have a judge call.
Yeah, so normally, holding out the hand is the general,
Yeah.
international way of saying, hang on.
Hold up.
Hold on. Pretty sure there's like a million ways to say like, hold on, but I can't think of any funny ones.
No,
Chotamate is what we'll say over here for now.
Chotamate, is that like, hold on?
Wait a moment.
Okay. Chotamate.
This is a case where, when you don't speak the same language, though, it's best to use something nonverbal.
Yeah.
Neither of these guys are Japanese, though, so that's not going to help. Someone's going to need to learn how to say hold on in Korean. And
I think the hand is enough. I like the hand.
Yeah,
I
stick
stick with that one.
Actually, I see Matt back there. He looks like he's sending us information right now.
Yeah. I think he is.
All right.
So I think the judge is here now. The action is being repeated.
I don't know that it exactly jives with my memory of it.
Yeah.
I mean, doing the back-to-back, the plays start to blend together a little bit. But
yeah. No, I think he did. I think he did detach.
He did detach?
He definitely detached, but then
he did it real fast, though.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's difficult because when you're playing, if someone gives you those kind of verbal kind of yeah, that kind of thing, that can spur you on to move more quickly. So it's
and we can't hear that.
No,
from,
exactly
where we are.
Yeah.
We got Matt there. He's still going, though.
Yeah.
You go, Matt.
He's still typing away.
Send that info.
Let's.
We are delivering the verdict right now, it seems.
Yeah, or potentially still.
Yeah, and there's always a possibility for an appeal as well.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, I think it's likely that whoever loses out on this dispute will appeal, since it is such it's such a murky situation.
Yeah, it's such an important.
Yeah, it's a lot of just I thought that this.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that, and it's usually just there wasn't enough communication, so it should just sort of be rewound to that point. But
generally speaking, especially if it's a matter of speeding through something.
yeah,
'Cause I know that I saw the hand out.
yeah. I mean, speed roads go fast, but not that fast.
Yes.
Depends on a lot of factors. I know, when I was judging, it depends on a lot of things. If people are skipping through things for most of the game and then wanting to slow it down, I'm not saying this specific scenario, but just that general kind of situation comes about if you go from skipping a lot of stuff and trying to shortcut things to then saying, well, hold on, no, I want you to speak through all these phases, even though that you're not. You're expecting your opponent to suddenly do it when it matters. That it's a very complicated kind of situation.
And part of why it's so important to do that is, when you call a judge for something like this, they weren't there. They didn't see everything.
No.
They can only go on what you tell them. And in a case where there hasn't been particularly clear communication, somebody's always going to feel that they've been wronged.
Yes.
In some way.
Yeah. Both players will feel that.
Yes. It doesn't matter who wins.
Yeah.
So it's really best to just not have to put yourself in this position anyways.
No.
And communicate clearly.
Yeah, exactly. The best scenario is for both players to be fully communicating what they're thinking, and then if a situation like this does come up, then kind of safely rewinding back to when the miscommunication happened at least feels fair, because then you've been communicating well throughout. This was just a misstep.
Yeah. It's tough though with the language barrier in this particular tournament.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, even just in Europe, we struggle with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Having so many different languages.
Yeah, it looks like they are now. Something's being explained to them.
Yeah.
And then there's a draw knockboard.
Yeah, there's actually some. I like the tech that the Dragon Duels tend to play in. It's a little off, but it's kind of cool because it's even less expected than some other cards. There's also some sweet tech over on Kim's side that maybe we'll get to see.
That would be nice. Still being explained.
Yeah.
I mean, it's difficult when when you've got one judge speaking one language and possibly having to translate.
I mean, yeah, there's probably like 3 to 4 languages.
Yeah,
minimum 3 languages being spoken right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, if not 4.
Yeah, it may even. I mean, I remember from when I was judging the World Championships, we did have the Korean translation had to go via Japanese because the Korean translator only spoke Korean and Japanese. We had to have someone to go from Korean to Japanese, Japanese to English.
Yeah, just telephones across.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that in the year that I was judging Worlds, there were, the cards were not this complicated.
Yeah.
And people mainly only did things on their own turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or used trap cards.
Yeah, I was also lucky that there was basically only 2 decks during my Worlds.
Yeah.
Not the worst. I guess there was a 3rd deck, but no one really played it.
Yeah, I think it's Evil Swarm?
Yeah.
Evil Swarm was the 3rd
it
one?
just ended up not really.
When I was
The Spellbook was a little bit too bad of a matchup unless you had Eradicator.
I think mine was Infernity, Gear, and there was another one, but I can't remember what it was.
Hand, Artifact, Trap Tricks, right? Was that one? Or was those cards not legal?
No, those cards weren't legal. It was Gear and
Infernity
were the big ones. Yeah, I think mostly Gear. I think Gear was top tier, and Infernity was a bit of a strange outsider pick.
Yeah, maybe Fire Fist Summer Mail. Did those exist?
Could be.
I feel like in that WCQ those existed, but I don't know about the Worlds format.
Yeah. I specifically remember Gear and Infernity was the one because Gear played quite a lot of traps, and that was always a bit of a there was a lot of stop points that you could have stopped Infernity. And that was always the contention.
So something being explained right now. Looking at Diego, though, I don't think he's getting the answer that he wants to hear.
No. Also, I think that someone's hit the camera, so it's not. He's kind of tilted sideways. It looks like master plan in defense position.
Not nearly relaxed enough.
No.
Can't be in your quarterfinal match. All right, so we're definitely looking at.
The camera actually looks like it might be falling. Nope.
Someone's fixing it? No.
And we're once again going through the situation here. So if you're just tuning in, the situation is basically MX Saber Invoker is summoned while Altergeist, Multi-Faker, and Silkwidus are on the field. And the question is, was enough time given essentially to allow Kim to think for a moment and then activate his Altergeist ability? Diego is contending that he gave his opponent plenty of time. He didn't do anything, so he activated MX Saber, assuming that it was an open game state and he could use an ignition effect. And Kim is saying, hang on, no, I told him to stop so that I could think about an effect and use one. And all we know from watching it is, we did see the hand out, and it did seem like it was kind of a quick play. Now, did the hand come out simultaneously to reaching to pull out the Xyz material? That's one of those things where the memory decays with time.
I'm just so distracted by this camera falling into the abyss right now. Do you think it's going to fall off the table?
It's hard to say.
Well, we will track its journey as well.
This is the side story.
Mm-hmm. So the camera is, it's basically off, but we can still get a little look in on Kim's side. The interpreters are hard at work over there.
Yep.
They've been doing a great job this weekend.
The floor looking immaculate.
We are glad to have them around.
Yeah, I think it's amazing the amount of work that goes into the World Championships in terms of language and communication. How many languages do we actually have here at the World Championships? It must be at least like 8.
I mean, that's a good question.
8 to 10.
Across 28 players, we've got how many different countries in Europe have a rep? 3 or 4?
Germany, France, Italy,
UK.
There'll be possibly Spanish players from LATAM, almost certainly.
So you got English, Spanish, German, Italian. Do we have any Italian players this
Yeah.
year? Yep.
Yeah.
So we got
French.
English,
Yeah,
Spanish.
French.
There's for sure Portuguese too, right?
Yeah, Portuguese.
Yes.
Portuguese.
There's at least 5.
German.
French, German.
French. Italian. There has to be
Japanese,
Japanese.
obviously.
There has to be Korean.
Yeah.
There has to be Chinese.
Chinese, yeah, for the Taiwanese players.
I'm sure that there's a Southeast language too, right? Between like the Malaysians and the... There might be something.
No, they speak Mandarin.
Mandarin?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like we do have a resolution here. And it looks like they allowed the effect of MX Saber Invoker, because I did see Goki Suprex in defense position. And I'm a little surprised on that one.
Yeah, as am I.
Don't think anyone's realized that the camera is currently looking at the floor.
Oh, we're good. We can still see the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the important bit.
Isolde is ready for action. And
Looks like play continues.
hopefully we're going to get a little bit better on the communication between duelists for the rest of this game. Headbat, second Suprex are added, one off the Suprex effect, which is the Headbat, and the other off of Isolde's effect. It's the second Suprex.
There we go. Went the right way up now.
Blue team camera is ready for action.
Yeah. I think you may have just had a bit too much to drink at lunchtime. So I mean, that was a long one. I've forgotten how many interrupts we'd already had for Kim here. Is there anything else here that's going to stop Diego?
Well, he just Ash Blossomed the Isolde, right? Was that what was activated when he sent the Divine Sword?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So we're stopping here. But
Well, yeah.
I thought I saw rematch.
does have rematch, but I think he only has a single Goki.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has 2 Super X, but rematch needs...
Yes.
Actually, no,
Wait,
the
no,
second
no,
Super X
he
is
has
his
just one
hand.
Super X, yeah.
But even if he had 2, you need monsters with different levels. I think that's actually where it's going to wind up for
Yeah.
Diego. All right, Kim is up.
Kim doesn't need much to get back in this.
No,
That's the big one.
that's a pretty good card.
That will help.
Attacks directly. And he sold his out of there. Diego does play a second, though, so he gets another shot at it if he has a equip card available.
Yep.
He does have Living Fossil as his other one. That seems pretty standard for the weekend.
Were there any other equip cards that you would consider?
The big ones that showed up at our WCQ were Arfaduder.
Yeah.
Was big. We saw a little bit of autonomous action unit, but not very much.
Yeah, the real thing is that Living Fossil let you replace stuff like Overdone Burial. There was a point where Overdone Burial was the card because it was essentially the same thing as Living Fossil, but just nowhere near as good. The second Super X is normal summoned. And the effect is activated, making absolutely certain that there are no responses to it.
Yeah. It always feels a bit weird when that happens, and then you have to like you begin to overemphasize all of the activations just in case.
Yeah.
Likely we're going to see that going forwards here.
And he does
Strike.
indeed have one. That's Solemn Strike.
That's a good one, too, because it keeps him off of the second Goki for rematch.
It
right?
does.
But he can just...
He can search for another Goki.
Yeah, he can get Headbad, right?
It's not useful, though, because you need a Goki on field to summon it.
Oh, that's true,
It
that's
has
true.
to target a Goki. And that lets him summon Multi-Fake from his hand. And things are looking up again for Kim.
Yeah. Do you think he needs to get another point of interaction here, or can he afford to get Marionetter?
He's getting Meliseek there. That's interesting. That works, though. So he knows that Romero used his normal summon here, and that he can't play rematch, and that he would have to have something like... I don't even know what he could do to get 2 warriors on the field. It would involve Junk Forward and like Junk Forward Living Fossil.
Yeah, Junk
Something
Forward,
like that.
Instant Fusion,
Horrid
Hornet
Instant Fusion.
Drones, something.
Yeah.
And MX Saber Invoker, oh no, it's back in the extra deck, so it could go again. And Super X has been used already. There are very few combinations of cards that Diego can use to get through this one.
Yeah.
So I think he is safe to get Meliseek.
At least it's significantly shrunk down from the kind of opening chances you have with all the cards.
Yes. And I think Diego is looking back. It almost looks like he doesn't want to continue this game.
He's trying to
He's
concede.
got his hand down. He's not looking at it.
Yeah.
He could be concerned with
Time.
time.
Yeah. I mean, told that he wants to surrender.
You know how long the extension for that rule dispute was?
Uncertain.
Uncertain so
Uncertain.
far.
Okay. Oh no, he winds up continuing and sets a card, and then doesn't set a card, and then. So what I definitely saw, he set a card and said go, and then he unset the card, and said go. I'm assuming in that case you have to set the card.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point he's just kind of checked out of this duel. He's already thinking about what he's going to side deck at this point.
So we do get to see Altergeist Hextia again.
Yeah.
Artwork's pretty cool on that one.
Extremely powerful.
Fire
monster.
Juggler.
Drone lock right here, but that's probably not going to... Well, I guess it stops the Marionetter, right? Marionetter adds or sets?
No, it sets.
Oh, okay.
And that is Altergeist Pixie. No, is that Marionette?
I think that's Marionetter.
Okay. I'm not used to because it's not foil. And the only non-foil Altergeist I've seen are Quinqueri and Pixiel.
Yeah.
And people don't play Pixiel.
If I have the option to play all my cards on foil, I kind of like that sometimes. That's a big
fair.
reason why I like the star packs.
Mm-hmm. One of the good things, though, is, in this heat, if you have all commons,
Yeah,
they're not
exactly.
going to warp.
That's a big one.
That's the #1 thing that you need replacements for when you have the World Championship in Japan is humidity in summer is pretty brutal.
Yeah, we were walking around a little bit, weren't we?
Yeah, just a little.
Throughout the week, and
Just
it's pretty hardcore.
So that's a lot of damage here due to the Hexie's attack boost. You get 16 from Marionetter, 31 from Hextia, and another 300 for Linkuriboh. Arrows up, and now we got something going on, something being explained here.
This might be for the extension from 4, or
They may have gone to check the time, time when the judge call was versus time that it finished. Yes, there was an appeal, correct?
Yes,
There was an appeal.
I think we saw that. It was hard to tell because usually where the judge stands is actually on the left camera, but obviously it was point of the law. Yeah, so the head judge has come back, and it sounds like they're raising the time extension to 9 minutes as opposed to an original 3 minutes that was issued. So
Okay, that makes sense because you have to do it from the time the final call is issued, not until the appeal happens.
yeah. Yep. So well, that's some good judge work, clarifying exactly when that happened by the looks of it.
Mm-hmm. And especially in situations like that, you want to give them their time back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing a quick graveyards there. Oh, that one's his hand. Is that a junk forward he's going for?
it looks like it. But the anti-spell ring is going to put a huge damper on
Yes, it
Rare's
is.
fans because a rematch. He's just going to pass it back.
And he didn't even set the rematch. So I guess he's just basically
Checked out,
given
like
up on
we
this
said,
one.
yeah.
And the attack hits him, and that's it. So, a very bizarre game one. We've certainly had some very interesting situations crop up this weekend.
Yes, we have.
So Kim manages to take game one, and we finally got to see some of that playing on your opponent's turn
Yeah.
stuff going on. Sujimura did plenty of it, but he did it with a bunch of different cards. And Kim basically just said, well, I've got this one impermanence. Set it, you can go. And that turned into basically a big snowball of Altergeist cards and monsters that eventually led him to win with a really big Hextia.
Yeah.
And his opponent couldn't really get much past it.
Yeah.
Anti-spell fragrance, Hextia negating stuff, Hextia being 3,100.
Yeah, I mean, the game wouldn't even gone that far if he was able to Silcodis the
if he just got the MX Saber Invoker.
Even then, too, I feel like in a dispute like that, if I believe there's a miscommunication and they're able to resolve the Invoker, I'd be like, well, then I would choose not to respond with my Silcodis.
Yeah.
Right? And then you just bounce whatever he special summons instead, and then he's still just sort of off. You at least don't get the Goki in the graveyard and things like that. But
Yeah.
Generally,
a bit rough.
Generally, I don't think they implement solutions like that where they let you change
yeah,
play.
because it's a misunderstanding on
they
both
just
sides.
adjudicate, okay, I'm pretty sure you said this and I'm confident enough that you said that. So based on what I believe is true, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I wouldn't say it was rare, but yeah, sometimes judges go to that solution of just, oh, well, let's just rewind, maybe preemptively, but these judges at the World Championships, they've had years of experience. They were able to
That's huge.
work that out.
It's interesting that he shotgunned that instead of just waiting to see the second
monster. Yeah.
Might have gotten a little too excited that he had the Reaper. You especially want them to commit that normal summon before you show it to them.
Yeah, definitely.
And if it's, Aqua Dolphin.
It was Aqua Dolphin. He has an Aqua Dolphin in his hand, so he could have actually just got him big with that.
That would have been just nasty.
Yeah.
So a little bit of over-exuberance from Kim there. But he still gets to take away both his solds, and Romero's just in trouble.
Definitely.
Just to note, it looks like our life points are not updating on our overlay here, so...
Everyone's back at 8,000. This is a fresh game.
Yeah. No, there we go.
Yeah, Romero got a little bit of an advantage there. He can now change his play.
It looks like he's going to keep to it, though. Actually, not too much changed.
And there is nothing.
Nothing to be seen.
Aqua Dolphin, nothing is weaker than anything he's got. So he's going to take 500 from that. And now he really is at 7,500.
Yeah. But still, be able to proceed with his plays with the Invoker.
Yeah, without Isolde,
Yeah,
you're basically locked into going for nightmare stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, because he was able to discard the Go key off of the Aqua Dolphin, he can still search rematch, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is Suprex. Yeah, he's got plays. They just aren't ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we'll really see how good Diego is with the Goki deck.
Yeah. Being able to just do your combos is only maybe, half of the skill. It's
Half
been
the
able
battle?
to half the battle. That's exactly what I was looking for. But, being able to play out of these situations where you aren't doing the norm is the real skill of the deck.
Activate Suprex's effect, and Kim is... Yeah, he says it's fine. And there's a rematch. This is a tough situation because if you turn one here, you can't really go for damage. You have to create something that your opponent can't get past. So this is something like the Goblin, Phoenix, Cerberus. If you get those side by side, that would be great. You can at least get Underclock Taker co-linked to one of the two between Phoenix and Cerberus. But you really want that targeting protection along with it.
It looks like it might
all the Ultra stuff targets
Goblin. At least that's the one he thumbs to the front. Nope. Swap it out for the Phoenix, maybe?
You might have to go Goblin first to get the extra normal summon.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So you might just... No, there's Phoenix. And he does get his search. For Octostretch. Let's see where he goes from here. This is a tough spot.
Definitely.
That Winter Cherry's really kind of showing that it does have a place as one of the hand traps.
Oh, Living Fossil next.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna get back one of these Gokis.
Yeah, you got to get those extra summons in.
And he did search the Headbat, right?
He did search for Headbat. So he needs one last Goki card for the discard there.
Yeah, if he could actually come pretty close to going Goblin and then an additional normal summon into Cerberus, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem too bad.
That's what you want. That's really good against this particular matchup because all their stuff targets.
Yeah. He also gets draws on the way too. At least one draw from Goblin, right?
Mm-hmm. It's more of a card cycling though because you don't have Phoenix Blade.
Yeah.
Diego doesn't look very happy.
Yeah, I think that Kim is just
Kim
looking
asking
up
for,
Living Fossil.
yeah.
It's a newer card for everyone, right? It was Battles of Legend,
Yeah, it was
Relentless
a brand
Revenge,
new
and
card.
Collector's Pack 2018, I think, for them. Was that right?
I don't even know that you need Cerberus, since the other thing with Altergeist is that its cards don't destroy yours. They bounce them. That Silkwitness in particular. I guess Protocol destroys your monster, but you can still negate the effect.
Yeah, with Goblin, they just can't target anyway, right?
Yeah.
We get to see the Living Fossil artwork once again. Looks fantastic.
It's one dapper dino. I wonder if it's Living Fossil because he's living it up.
I'm
Maybe
gonna...
it's a living fossil in that the clothes are from a century ago, so he's like a fossil, ironically, as an old man.
But he's also a dinosaur, isn't that like kind of fossil?
I think the pun works on like
so many levels.
The same way that there's so many levels of this meta that we're viewing right now.
What's that in the background? Not the. I know it looks kind of like Dark City, but what are the? There's like a bunch of people.
Well, they're probably checking him out.
He's living it up.
He's got a sweet hat.
A cane.
Yep.
He's basically Sherlock Holmes.
Just about. I mean, the only mystery here was what the card text of the card was, though. Special on the level 4 monster from a graveyard.
Premature, my dear Watson.
Yes. Banishes it when it leaves the field. The Super X is back in action.
Some careful consideration by Diego.
Yeah, it really just seems like Goblin, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you got to get the targeting protection up. If you're immune to targeting and battle, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I guess the real decision is if he has the Goki, whether he wants to headbat down or just get rid of the Underclock Taker.
Yeah.
Indeed. Now, I do note that Kim is actually ready for this exact situation. He is main decking cards that help, specifically for when your opponent does something like this and tries to block you with the battle targeting thing. Whether or not he's got them or can get them,
yet to be determined. It's kind of hard to feel bad about your position, though, after you Reaper your opponent and they have to commit all these cards doing this.
And it's clear that it's not.
Yeah, so it looks like he's going to commit the headbat, discarding Octo Stretch.
And that's the rest of his hand. He does appear to be out of cards now.
He can't even activate the
Nightmare
Goblin. Yeah. I wonder actually how far he could have gone if he maybe like Goblined, drew card, then into Mermaid, into Ibly. If he can get to Firewall to get back the Ibly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might have been close. It might have been really close, actually. Like if he just got lucky off of using the Underclock Taker, maybe discarding the Goki and drawing another Goki so he could still headbat. I don't know. Oh, actually, no. Then he wouldn't have the Goki face up. He was probably one card off, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think anything lines up.
It's just rough not being able to. If you just don't have Isolde, you don't have a whole lot to do.
Yeah. Do you tribute Underclock Taker here for Bear Hug?
He's normal summoned, correct?
Yeah, but he got the extra. Didn't he just activate the? Oh, he didn't activate
he didn't
Goblin.
Have cards
right,
in
right.
hand.
Never mind.
Oh, and speaking of Nightmare Goblin, the thing from before, I was told that I was misreading something. It's not even in the packet we had yesterday, but they said you can use it. That's likely for the Nightmare Field spell that moves things around.
Well, it looks like he can.
Yeah, you can still go to Firewall Dragon.
I think he's still a normal summon away, though, right? Because even if he links the... oh, no, maybe he can. Oh, no, he can, right? Because he goes Goblin into Mermaid, discard the last Goki for Ibly, those two together for something, right? And then Firewall, bounce back the Ibly, normal summon the Ibly, bring back one of the Link monsters. I think he can get it. I think he can come close to doing something powerful.
Sounds legit.
I'm glad I got your approval, Luke.
Yeah, Robbie, whenever you read combos to me, it always sounds legit.
I have that effect on people, I think.
Yeah.
It's tough, though. Like, this is, even with the extension, taking quite a long time.
Yes.
So he does go for the Mermaid.
Yep. He's worked it out. He's doing it.
Discards Aquadolphin.
And he got that Aquadolphin back off Firewall. I believe that's what happened there. He used it.
It's a special summon Bear Hug. I'm just going to get Ibly.
Yeah, he's got a little more pep in his step now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked pretty upset for most of the game, and now he seems to have picked himself up a bit.
This is great, too, because he got Reapered, and he technically lost a card off of the Aquadolphin, right? Because it didn't hit anything.
He lost 500 life off it.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, shouldn't he be on 7,500?
Yeah.
It says 8,000.
I think it actually might be
It was
incorrectly
taken
listed.
off Kim's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Normally, Aquadolphin damages the opponent, but if it misses, you take the damage.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And now he goes for Ivory Goblin again, and now he can actually use the effect. Discard, junk forward. Giving Ibly to the opponent.
He's going to get a search off of Bear Hug, and then he will draw a card off Goblin at the end, right?
Correct.
So we got another normal summon here. I don't know how good giving the opponent the Ibly was, though. Right, because it's going to be hard. He can Cerberus it down and then bounce it back, so he might be trying to do that. Because then he can draw a card off the Cerberus. But he would have to discard the card that he just drew. I guess it's Aquadolphin, so it's still redundant. So it wouldn't be that bad if he just linked away the Mermaid and the Goblin. But you want the Goblin for the target protection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps he's thinking, well, Ibly will stop him from special summoning, you know, his regular Altergeists.
I guess that's true. Yeah, how good is Ibly against Altergeist?
Not great.
Really? What's their typical way of dealing with it? Does it switch to attack mode attack?
It's, what level is it? Level 2, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, you can just link it off with Meliseek for something.
Oh, yeah,
If
because
you
as
need
long,
to.
as long as he does an extra link, he can still just link summon.
Now he gets to Roy Scorpio. Still haven't played that one yet.
Defo, Nato.
Now the other thing is he has to make sure he always has a monster in hand so he can legally activate Firewall.
Firewall, yeah.
Effect.
I was paying particular attention to that.
Yeah, he's still got that Aquadolphin there, does he not?
Yeah.
We will see. Heads back to the extra deck. What's really good though is the Nightmare Mermaid. That's really good against Altergeist because they can't just do any damage to you at all with Meliseek, and if it doesn't do damage, you can't target anything.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, if he had no intention of doing the extra link, I'm confused as to why he did give away Ibly.
You can still just bounce it back to his hand, actually, right?
With
Firewall?
he's
Firewall.
already used Firewall.
Yeah,
has he
was
not?
used.
To return? What did
Yeah.
he return?
Yeah,
He had to return a Goki. I think it was Octostretch.
Oh, maybe I missed that. I thought he searched that off of Bear Hug.
Oh no, he had it on the field at the same time as Bear
okay,
Hug.
okay.
yeah, he definitely added some
yeah,
back.
no, then I missed that. Here's Cerberus. He's going to trigger the Firewall Dragon.
And now he's going to respond to Firewall Dragon.
Nope.
Nope.
Maybe not.
There is Roy Scorpio.
I feel like he's been kind of...
Now this is the first turn of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where he's going with this.
I'm not sure.
Does he have enough Link 1s left to, like, link away the Scorpio and then summon the final monster for another Link 1 or something like that? Yeah, I don't know where he's...
Link 1 monsters.
Oh, he's committed.
He's used Link Karibo. He's used Mermaid. There are none left.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Trigate Wizard.
Trigate, okay. So Firewall effect. And then Scorpio as well.
He's blocking.
He thinks he can probably get there.
Yeah, I feel like he thinks he can get there, but the last card is an Aquadolphin, which can be linked away for something, but it just depends how many Link 1s he does actually play.
I think he's out.
You think he's out?
He played Mermaid. He only has 1. And he played Link Karibo, and he's only got 1.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going to go with this.
Got a headband.
I mean, it can banish the Ipley, can't he, with Trigate? That's its 1 co-link effect.
But I don't think that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's optimal, just that maybe he
should have just Cerberused it if he wanted to do that, because at least he would draw a card, just cycle something.
Now he special summons the Aquadolphin. And do we see if he has a monster in his hand?
He does. He searched the
Goki. He added a Goki.
Okay. That's the thing, you have to keep getting monsters.
That's what I was saying. I thought, like, you know, if he had enough Link 1s, he'd just link away the Dolphin and then link away whatever he summoned afterwards.
Getting rid of
But
for Unicorn?
Gauntlet? Yeah. Apparently, into the extra zone over there. Okay.
Spin back the Ibley
To his
own hand.
to his own deck. He's going to draw a card. He's not going
right.
to trigger the Firewall.
No, he can't. He does not have a normal summon available, correct? And that's what he ends on. He can deal double damage with Nightmare Unicorn through a monster. He's got a Firewall that's doing nothing. And he's got Trigate Wizard.
Evenly matched.
Evenly matched. Oh my goodness.
I mean, you just keep Firewall, right?
That's what he's deciding. I think you do keep Firewall here.
And then Milliseek alone.
Has he got Multi-Faker? Yeah, he does.
Oh.
So this is one of those nasty things you can do because you can play traps from your hand. You can do this. You can activate evenly matched and still do this.
Yeah, so I thought about this actually. Oh, like evenly match Multi-Faker. But in my head, I was like, oh, Multi-Faker gets special summoned, and then I have 1 more card, so evenly match is worse. But it's at resolution.
It's afterwards, yes. And there it is, Silquidus.
Yeah. Altergeist could just main deck evenly matched and probably be one of the better evenly matched decks.
They often do. And now we got a normal summon in main phase 2. He's got Marionetter. He's got all the stuff. My goodness. Altergeist Protocol is set to the field. I do like how so multiple Dragon Duels are playing Mech Knights.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, so
you can see he's still got it in his head,
zones,
even though it's not really happened.
Maybe
he did dodge that one. Did not
just as we were throwing him a bone.
Bounce back. The Multi-Faker for Silquidus.
You could have just remembered, oh wait, I'm not playing against Mech Knight, this is Goki. So off 2 cards, not a whole lot you can do.
Yeah, I mean his extra deck is now 3 cards, I believe.
It's not very substantial. And I can't think of anything Diego can do to get out of this one.
No, he's setting a monster at this point in Goki.
And he flips Altergeist Protocol, and he had bounced the Multi-Faker, so it comes down again.
Now he can maybe just get Milliseek.
Yep, there it is. And this one is effectively over.
Yeah. This deck does feel a lot like Paleozoic.
It's similar. It's similar to a lot of decks.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It's in that control category, right? Yeah.
It's got kind of
gets the ball rolling.
Key aspects from a lot of different decks that we've known over the past few years.
And like some card, so Multi-Faker is basically Tour Guide, right?
Yeah.
And Silquidus is basically Kieran.
Yeah.
You're just getting all of these, all the best hits, the greatest hits of all of these other decks. And now they say
Multi-Faker is arguably Actually, no. I was
better than Tour Guide?
I was going to say that just because it doesn't require a normal summon, but at the same time, this deck doesn't really like use its normal summon. That it's just on like multi-figure mostly. I guess those are still good normal summons.
Yeah,
though, so
you use it on Marionetter and Meliseek.
Yeah.
And anytime you have Meliseek, it gets that. So it's kind of like Tour Guide.
It's hard. Yeah, it's just it's weird in the way that's reactive, right? Because you have to play a trap, but you could proactively play traps.
And you're tour guiding for Kieran.
Yeah. To bounce back your tour guide.
Yes.
And
that interaction doesn't feel like that though. That interaction feels like Candina into Lycris, or I guess no, actually like Bumbuku into Kieran, right?
Kieran.
Yeah, that's actually what that interaction feels just like.
I don't remember Bumbuku actually summoning Kieran for me.
Yeah, you're right.
It was real good though.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Oh man, it was good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and then Marionetta just to kind of recur the things we already talked about.
Yeah, the searcher on a special summoning card,
Yeah.
like searching from your deck and cycling through your monsters in the graveyard, those aren't really effects that go together. So it just looks strange when you see it. But when you actually play the deck, you get a big smile every time you see Marionetta in your hand.
Yeah. Diego's returned to the unhappy face, unfortunately.
Yeah, that Ghost Reaper Ghost Reaper into evenly match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think it was a 1-2 punch. Really, that wasn't one or the other. It was the fact he had both. Was fairly impressive. Credit to Diego though, he spent a lot of time getting through his combo and almost making something amazing at the end.
Yeah, he actually could have probably said, if he would have just ended actually a few points before where he wound up, he was fine with just Firewall Goblin and then I think it was Cerberus. Was that a point? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where you keep the cards in hand.
Yeah. It's just hard because you go through so many extra cards. It's like, what are these cards in my hand going to do sometimes?
Yeah,
that's true.
One thing I did find with the very difficult right at the beginning of Link summoning, when I first saw it, was that I kept consolidating my Link monsters into a smaller and smaller pile of monsters on the field, and then I'd ended up just where did all my resources that I just made go? And I think that's sometimes you can get away in your own mind of okay, if I keep going, I can get something out of this, and then
that's the mental trap of the World Chalice deck in particular.
That's exactly the deck I kept doing it in. That's exactly the deck I kept doing it in.
Were you using Venus?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you feel right from the get-go, you're yes, I've got loads of stuff, and then you just don't quite get there with it, and it's well, where did all my stuff go?
Fair, that was pre-Saryuja.
Yes, yeah, well, no, sorry.
Other things.
Yeah, it was just trying to use Firewall and all the extra normal summons you got from all the extra summons from the...
So Kim goes from no cards on the field other than a trap to here's 4 cards, 4 set cards, 3 monsters, the main monster zones, and a huge Marionetter.
He's just going to set.
There's just nothing to be done.
Yeah,
picks it up,
but it's the monster.
Or has nothing. And even if one of these cards does something, Hexia just negates it, so it's just battle attack.
Yeah.
He takes it. And that's
it. Yep. Kim Kyung-min going to the top 4
of
the Dragon Duel World Championships 2018.
So, Diego Romero of Peru, he did a great job this weekend. Made the top 8 there, but it just was not in the cards for him.
No,
that particular game.
That last game was pretty rough. I mean,
he did a good job trying to fight out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's just sometimes you can't do anything, and they do have all the answers.
Yeah, that's
that evenly match. That evenly match was
that's the real backbreaker.
Yeah. It wasn't like it was the key to it. It really was the Reaper to begin with. But yeah, it was difficult to get through both of those.
All right, so the next time you'll see us is for the quarterfinals of the All Ages event. See you later.